starting this new koi pond here. The well, our part of the pond anyway. Guys have it all block work done, base and stuff is in. We're here to do the fiberglassing and the filtration today. Well, we'll get the fiberglass done today. We'll be back shortly to do the filtration. There's a drum filter and stuff going on with this one. We did come into this a bit late in the build. So the concrete base it all had been put in already, which has impacted where we could put the bottom drain because we didn't want to cut into right through the middle of the base. I'll just turn this around and you'll be able to see it. So yeah, we have a block skimmer in the corner there, 2 returns in the wall, and then there's a backy shower going to be going on the back wall here. The concrete base was already put in when we arrived out to have a look at the job, so rather than cut out the whole base, which I didn't want to have to do, we've just put the bottom drain in the corner. It's not ideal, but the rest of the base has been all benched, so everything falls down into that corner. There will be good flow in this pond, probably quite a high turnover, so it will keep any solids moving towards that bottom drain. I don't think it's going to be any sort of issue at all. You can see from the pond's already tiled in the front of it. He's got this quite nice koi tiles on the front of it. Yeah, so we're just going to get started on the fiberglass today. Hopefully we'll get it all done in a day. It's a bit of a rarity at the minute with the sun, not a cloud in the sky, so we might have to hold off on getting the black top coat done if it's too sunny later on. It never cures properly if you do it in full sun. It's better to leave it until either later in the evening or when the sun's dropped a bit. Alright, back in a bit whenever a bit more work done. Fiberglass and all done. The top coat's on there now. We'll have to leave that a few days for it really to go off hard enough that we can get back into the pond and walk around. Get the copings and stuff put onto the top of the pond walls. The glass will be coming hopefully in the next few days. It's going to look really nice now when this is done. We get the backy shower fitted on the back wall. And this wall along here is where the BURTONS COMBI drum is going on. It's the BT19 drum, the 20,000 EVOLITIONA AQUA pump, and an amalgam UV going on it. The bottom drain is an aerated one, so there'll be plenty of oxygen in the pond. I might actually put an air curtain just because of the position of that, the bottom drain now. The backy shower up here on the spot. Just out this morning at this pond we finished a couple of weeks ago. The fish have been in here now a couple of weeks. I just want to come out and have a bit of a check up on them and add a bit more filter gel to the pond. It's probably about 3,000 gallons. I'm not too sure whether I've mentioned that before in some of the other videos I've taken of this along the way. We'll just have a bit of a walk around it now. Let you see the pond. Yeah, so it's a fully raised pond. I probably would have liked the pond maybe a bit into the ground. A nice big viewing window on it here. The concrete base was in originally for this when we came around it, so the bottom drain's in a bit of a... it's not that centred in the pond. It's actually halfway up on one side of the pond, but it'll work just fine. The backy shower now, when we switch it on, you can see some of the dust and the dirt has come on into the bottom. That will come around here in the next few days with the pond vac and just take out that fine dust, but over time the fish would probably just move it into the bottom anyway. These guys have been in now a couple of weeks, settling in nicely. There's no heating on this pond just at the minute, so they are a bit sluggish now as the temperatures have dropped quite a bit over the last few days. But customers already asked for us to put a kind of price together for a heating system, so we're probably going to look at one of the Thermotech air source heat pumps for this. But yeah, really nice pond. I'll just step back to get the full thing in, the gazebo and stuff over the top of it. Lovely bespoke tile set that he got done for the front of the pond. All the filtration, it's just offset to the side of the pond. I probably would have preferred to put, could have got the drum filter and all in behind here, but the customer wanted it out to the side of the pond so he has access to it. He's just going to build like a surround on it, and we wanted to be able to walk right round the pond in the back here. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward system. Just one of the BD300 BURTONS COMBI drums. The bottom drain just goes straight to the drum filter, and then out of the drum filter and straight along here through Evolution AQUA pump 20,000 around here, and then split over two returns, top and bottom. Really simple setup. There's an amalgam UV built into the drum filter, so the pipe works really simple on this one. We do have it's an aerated bottom drain in the pond, but to be honest I'll probably keep it switched off, because just with the location of the bottom drain where we had to put it, might get away in the way of the skimmer slightly. So but there's certainly no issues with aeration in this pond anyway, between the backy shower and the media bubbling in the drum filter. Yeah, and then the skimmer, it's just straight down here into a 10,000 berry pump across, up, and then just up into the top of the backy shower. There's 3 tiers there, they're all filled with Sakura media and stuff. Yeah, pretty simple system, and should work really well. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. The Evolution AQUA purifier on there as well. So the 2 pumps, I've just actually turned the flow up on the drum filter, as it's probably only cleaned about 40 or 50 times in the last 2 weeks, because there's just really not a lot of dirt in the system yet. So I've turned it up a bit faster and you get it cleaning a bit more frequently. And then the backy shower pump there, it's running at about 70 or 80%, and it's only using 75 watts, which is next to nothing really. The clarity's exceptional, as you'd expect at this early stage, but I don't see any reason why it shouldn't stay as clear as this. Some really nice fish in it. Really. Yeah. So an absolutely beautiful pond this here. It's only getting nicer. If I get the heating and stuff on it, it'll let them enjoy the pond a bit more all over the winter. And it's just even not so much for really warm temperatures over the summer or anything like that, but the heating's just so beneficial for the spring and maybe just through winter, just to keep them up around maybe 14 or 15 degrees. With the new air source heat pumps, it's not as expensive as you might think. The big benefit of it is as well, like if you're not heated, you can't have problems with the heat swings in the winter and the spring and stuff. The fish really don't like it. And if you lost a fish a year, or one fish, or damaged fish and treatments and stuff like that, those costs aren't long and adding up. So if you compare the cost of maybe heating for a few months of the year, you don't even need the heating on in the summer. It's just really for those few months, maybe sort of February, March, April, where the temperatures are quite volatile. Over here in Northern Ireland, it'll be up and down for a few months. The fish really get stressed out with that. So those few months of just heating can make your life so much easier for the rest of the year. It gives you a bit of a head start going into the summer, where you're not maybe having to look at treatments or trying to get the fish settled in with the temperatures fluctuating and stuff like that. So there you go, absolutely stunning prawn. Thanks.